Hello and welcome back to another Doctor Who ratings analysis video. Now in this particular video I'm going to have a look at Series 14, Season 40, Series 1, Ncuti Gatwa's first series as the Doctor, and compare it to Series 8, which was Peter Capaldi's first series as the Doctor. We'll have a look at the overnight numbers and the +7 ratings and see how the two series compare. So if you've not already seen our Series 14 ratings breakdowns, go back to earlier videos in the playlist where we look at our overnight and our +7s, explain where they come from, and go through those numbers across Series 14 from Space Babies through to Empire of Death. Now let's do the same for Series 8. So when Doctor Who came back in the August of 2014, Deep Breath was our debut episode, and it saw an overnight audience of 6.8 million viewers tune in to watch it on BBC One. The following week we had Into the Dalek, that got 5.2 million. Robot of Sherwood, fairly consistent, 5.22 million. Listen, 4.8, so a little drop below 5 million here. Time Heist, 4.93 million. The Caretaker, 4.89 million. Kill the Moon, 4.82, so a good amount of consistency for those 4 episodes. Mummy on the Orient Express got 5.08 million. Flatline, 4.6. In the Forest of the Night, 5.03 million, so just back above 5 million. And then our two-part series finale, Dark Water, began 5.27 million and concluded with Death in Heaven at 5.45 million. Let's see how that translated into our +7 day ratings. So Deep Breath, 9.17 million. Into the Daleks, 7.29. 7.28 for Robot of Sherwood, again good consistency. Listen, 7.01 million. Time Heist, 6.99 million. 6.82 for The Caretaker. 6.91 for Kill the Moon. So again, those 4 episodes, good amount of consistency there, within about 200,000 viewers. Mummy on the Orient Express, 7.11 million. 6.71 million for Flatline. 6.92 million for In the Forest of the Night, and our series finale started with 7.34 million and rising to 7.6 million for the finale itself, Death in Heaven. So in graphical terms, this is what it looks like. So again, following our usual pattern, we have that initial interest with the debut episode, so we get a nice big number at the start, and then we get a drop off, but in both cases there's a reasonable amount of consistency throughout the series. So 7.29 for Into the Dalek through to In the Forest of Night, 6.92, fairly consistent, fairly level, and then rising again following our usual pattern. The series finale gets a bit more interest and we get our higher numbers for the series, with the exception of the debut episode, Deep Breath. And if we compare that to Series 14, unfortunately, all our +7 ratings for Series 14 are below our overnights for Series 8, which is not a great look, unfortunately. But we can see, apart from that 73 yards anomaly, a decent amount of consistency from, I guess you could count 3.58 through to 3.495 across those 4 episodes. Bearing in mind Series 14 obviously had a 2-episode opening, so Space Babies and the Devil's Cord were broadcast on the same day, so fairly consistent, and we got slightly less steep of a drop off, shall we say. Okay, so breaking down our overnights, so again you can see how significantly lower Series 14 compares to Series 8 in terms of raw numbers for overnight. But as we always try and do, we try and add some balance and not just look at the raw numbers themselves. We have a look at the overnight audience share. Now you can see how there's a bit more closeness to the numbers. So if we look at Series 8 to start with on the left hand side, again that initial interest, that initial spike, 32.5% of our overnight audience. So all the available audience watching television at the time, 32.5% of them were watching Doctor Who. And then following that we get again a good amount of consistency. So we're looking from between 25.4 to 20.1%, so just over 5% range. Again, a good level of consistency across Series 8. However, with Series 14, seen a lot more variability. So 25.7 for Space Babies, but our other peak of 73 yards, 24.8%, down to a low of 16.2%. A wider range of numbers, shall we say. So while Series 8 showed consistency with getting a consistent percentage of the audience, Series 14 really has varied from week to week. Let's see if that pattern continues with Series 8 and our 7-day ratings. So again, our +7s, that initial spike, good consistency across the series as a whole, and then rising again towards the end of the series for the series finale. And that's a similar pattern as we see for Series 14. The anomaly of 73 yards being our highest rated episode for 7 days. And then a decent level of consistency across those numbers. And again, we'll have a look at our audience share. So over 7 days, this is for only our TV watchers. So those watching via television, doesn't include 4-screen. So that measurement wasn't in place for Series 8 at that time. It was only after last Christmas that really came in. So we can only compare our +7 audience share for TV watchers only. So again, that initial spike, 37.9% for Deep Breath, but then we've got a reasonable amount of consistency, high of 31.1 and a low of 25.5. So, just over, less than 6% variation. And again, Series 14, a bit more variation. So 21.6% was our low, 30.2% is our high, excluding the opening episode. So just about 8% range between the two. So again, less consistency for Series 14 than demonstrated by Series 8. Okay, our chart positions. So again, our 7-day TV only chart. So Deep Breath came in at number 2 in the chart, compared to Space Babies, which was 9th in the chart. So this opening 2 episodes of Series 14 over 7 days ranked 9th and 10th in the TV charts, which is the same places as Into the Dalek and Robot of Sherwood, which are episodes 2 and 3 of Series 8. And again, we don't really get to reach the heights beyond that until we get towards the series finale, and we're getting 15th and 14th place respectively for Dark Water and Death in Heaven. But again, a bit more variation. Obviously our TV chart is factoring in what else was on television during the weeks. We can see how Series 14 has a lower drop to 25 compared to 23 for Flatline, so slightly outperformed by Series 8. Okay, so let's make some direct comparisons. So our average overnight rating for Series 8 was 5.17 million. For Series 14, it's 2.27 million. So yeah, more than 3 million fewer viewers on overnight. But how does our overnight share? Average 23.6% for Series 8, 21.2% for Series 14. So again, slightly down, but not by as dramatic a jump as our overnight number. Our +7 rating, so 7.26 million on average across all of Series 8. For Series 14, it's 3.71. So yeah, again, quite a big drop down. Our rating share percentage, 28.8% for Series 8, and Series 14, 27.4%. So over 7 days, we can see that the 7-day rating, again this is TV only, is fairly consistent. There's not a massive drop there, so it's only, you know, a 1.4% drop from series 8 to series 14, so that's a good number, that's a good result. And our chart position, 14th was the average for series 8, 17th for series 14, so again 3 positions on average on the chart, not a massive drop. So although some of the numbers show some massive drops, so that 3 million overnight rating, although it looks bad, overnight share not as massive a drop, and our 7-day rating share again fairly consistent. So some positives to come out. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of analysis comparing those 2 debut series for respective Doctors. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up, please share it, and subscribe to the channel so you can catch my next video. The next video, I can tell you, will be looking at Doctor Who in the cinemas, so UK cinema box office numbers for Deep Breath, which we've talked about today, The Day of the Doctor, the 50th anniversary special, and the series finale of Series 14, Season 1, Series 40, whatever you want to call it, The Legend of Ruby Sunday, and Empire of Death. So that'll be the next video. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll get that notification when that drops. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.